Box office, Amber Heard's Aquaman has outgrossed every Johnny Depp movie. Scott Mendelson, Forbes staff. Hollywood and Entertainment. I cover the film industry. The overseas numbers for Aquaman were a little higher than projected, leaving the Warner Bros. Superhero flick, which really deserved a Best Visual Effects Oscar nomination. But I digress. With a new overseas total of $760.4 million along with its current $306.5 million domestic cum, that gives it a new global total of $1.067 billion worldwide, placing it at 25 on the all-time global grossers list. That also pushes it past, sans inflation or exchange rates, the likes of Rogue One, A Star Wars Story, Toy Story 3 and Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. So, yeah, arbitrary trivia it may be, but Jason Momoa and Amber Heard's Aquaman has now earned more worldwide than every Johnny Depp movie in unadjusted global box office. There was some outcry at last year's SDCC when Warner Bros. Had Johnny Depp essentially surprise the audience in order to promote Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald right as his ex-wife, who had, in May of 2016, accused him of domestic violence during their marriage. Amber Heard was in the same hall to promote Aquaman, but, come what may, not only did Aquaman vastly outgross The Crimes of Grindelwald $158 million domestic and $650 million worldwide, but the DC Films flick has now outgrossed all 5 Pirates of the Caribbean movies, $654 million in 2003, $1.066 billion in 2006, $963 million in 2007, $1.045 billion in 2011 and $795 million in 2017, and Alice in Wonderland, $1.025 billion in 2010. Make of that what you will. In non-petty updates, Aquaman is but a few days away from passing Chris Nolan's The Dark Knight Rises, $1.085 billion in 2012, sans 3D, to become the biggest DC Comics movie of all time in raw global grosses, and with the current $760 million overseas cum with $14 earned last weekend, it'll quite possibly pass Iron Man 3, $806 million in 2013, to become the biggest solo superhero movie ever in overseas earnings. Once it passes The Dark Knight Rises worldwide, it'll be the third biggest solo superhero flick behind Iron Man 3, $1.215 billion in 2013, and Black Panther, $1.346 billion in 2018. If it passes Civil War overseas, it'll trail only The Avengers, $896 million in 2012, Avengers, Age of Ultron, $946 million in 2015, and Avengers, Infinity War, $1.3 billion in 2018, among all superhero flicks overseas. The film is now 21st among all overseas earners, and if it gets past $806 million it'll end up in 16th place ahead of Despicable Me 3, $770 million in 2017, Transformers, Dark of the Moon, $771 million in 2011, Skyfall, $804 million in 2012, sans 3D, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides, $805 million in 2011, and Iron Man 3, $806 million in 2013, passing Minions $823 million in 2015. Feels like a long shot, but we'll see how it holds up between now and the Lego Movie 2 on February 8th. Come what may, the comic book superhero movie that presented itself as a hybrid of Avatar, Lord of the Rings, Black Panther and National Treasure, with the little How to Train Your Dragon 2 thrown in for good measure, is now standing alongside some pretty rare company.